Hello, I am Kamlesh Sonej. Today's date is 15th of July 2021. Okay, so our today's topic is the methods in object class. Okay, so to see that what are the methods are in object class, firstly we will see that what is object class is. Okay, so the object class is a predefined class by Java. Okay, so in that object class there are certain methods which have been implemented by the system, that is by Java. Okay, so the object class is the class which is predefined class from the Java, and we can implement all the methods from that class. Okay, so we will see that what is object class is, and how can we get the methods from that object class. Okay, so the object class is parent class of all the classes which we create in Java. Okay, so we knows that the concept of inheritance, in which we extend the one class into another class and can get and access all the properties of that particular class into the child class. Okay, like the parent class into the child class. Okay, so that is how uh, we can access and we can invoke all the properties of the object class into our class, as the object class is a parent class of each and every class which we create. Okay, so there is no need to create an object of an object class and then we can then to access or invoke the properties of that class, or to invoke the methods from that class. Okay, so we don't need to create any object of that class. Okay, that is the parent class of all the classes, so we can directly call the methods from that class. Okay, so there is no need to create an object of that class. Okay, so now we will see that what are the methods present in the object class. Okay, so the first method present in the object class is toString method. Okay, so to understand the toString method, firstly we will see that if we create any object of any class, okay, in any other classes, okay, then we create that object by using the constructor and provide some reference variable in which the memory location of that particular object is being stored. Okay, so whenever we give any reference variable to an object, then in that object the reference, like the memory location of that particular object is being stored. Not an object is stored in that reference variable, the reference of a memory location is stored in that particular reference variable. Okay, so when we print that particular reference in our main method. Okay, like whenever we are printing the reference of that object. Okay, so the JVM will automatically call the toString method, and which will print the memory location of that particular object. Okay, so to see that what is the JVM is printing when we print any reference variable of an object. Okay, so whenever we print a reference variable, then JVM will call the toString method, and in that toString method it returns the toString method returns the get class dot get name and at plus uh, the hash code of that particular reference variable. Okay, so whenever we are calling the toString method, then it will return the get name dot get class dot get name plus hash code of that particular object. Okay, reference variable. Okay, so this is what the toString method is. Okay, and if we have to um, if we have to return any other value from the toString, or like we are not what we don't want to return the memory location of that particular object, then we can override that toString method in our class as well, and we can return any string value from that toString method. Okay, so the toString method returns the string, that is what the reference location of that particular object is. Okay, now we will see that second method, hash code. Okay, so the hash code is the code which is created by JVM for particular each and every object. Okay, whenever we create object, then JVM will assign the unique value of hash code to that particular object. Okay, so the hash code is nothing but the assigned value from the JVM to particular object. Okay, it is the unique code for particular object is. Okay, so if you don't want to print if you don't want to the assigned value from the JVM, then you can override that hash code method as well in your class. Okay, and can change the hash code values of that particular class. Okay, of that particular object. Okay, so this is what the hash code is. Okay, now we will see the another method which is equals. Okay, so whenever we call the equals method, then it will check it will check the equality between the two references. Okay, like the two references of the two objects. Okay, it doesn't compare that what is the set of statements or what are the properties of that particular objects are. It doesn't check that. It only checks the reference values, or it only checks the references of that particular objects. Okay, like if the first object we are creating is same with the another object, like the references are same or not, like both the references are pointing towards the same object or not, it only checks that. Like equals method only checks the references. Okay, it doesn't check any properties of that particular objects. Okay, so equals method checks the references of that particular objects. Okay, now we will see the next method, that is get class and get name. Okay, so in get class method, when we call the get class method, or when we create when we sys out the get class method, then it will just give you the name of that class, particular class, and name of that particular our package. Okay, so whenever we are calling the get class method or get name method, then it will return the package name and the class name of that particular class. Okay, so that is what the get class and get name method is. Okay, now we will see the another method, that is finalize method. Okay, so finalize method is protected. Okay, that is by the system. Okay, it is assigned by the system to us, that it is a protected finalize method. Okay, so in finalize method, if you have to understand the finalize method, then we should know that there are the three threads working in particular JVM. Okay, so the first thread is calling the main method, then second thread will perform the sequencing or prioritize the what are the tasks to be done on which priority. So second thread works on that, and third thread is of the garbage collector. Okay, it collects all the garbage and it closes all the unnecessary memory which have been used already. So it collects the garbage. Okay, so in finalize method, before the collecting the garbage, then finalize method finalizes that what are the methods to implement or not. So we are using the finalize method to close all our calls that we have already been using. Okay, and if you want to implement any method or not. Okay, so we finalize that thing in by using the finalize method, and then garbage collector works and keep collecting its cleanup activity. Okay, so that is what the finalize method is. Okay, now so this was all about the methods in object class. I hope you understand. Okay, thank you so much.